He called me sweetheart in front of 40 officers. The room burst into laughter, the kind that stripped rank from meaning. To them, I was harmless decor, a woman meant to listen while men spoke of real wars. I smiled once because I recognized the voice. The man who mocked me was the brother of the soldier who died saying my name. When the Admiral asked for my call sign, I told him. And the moment I said Reaper Zero, every sound in that room died, like a storm I once flew through, coming back to collect its debt. My name is Aria Lorne, and that was the moment silence stopped being my shield. Winter in Anchorage draped the world in white so thick you could hear your own pulse. Every morning I wiped frost from the helmet on my table, an old ritual to keep the ghosts from fading. Silence never felt like peace, it meant someone wasn't coming home. When the missions ended, quiet took their place. My husband left before the first thaw, boots leaving perfect prints in the snow. He said he couldn't live competing with the sky. He was right. I loved the air more than the ground. The divorce papers stayed on the table until the ink froze. My mother's last letter read, "You fly well, but you've forgotten how to land in people's hearts." I folded it beside my father's silver ring, still faintly smelling of oil and jet fuel, the scent of lessons in precision and respect. One night, the wind scraped the glass while my computer pinged, a message from the Pentagon blinking like a warning light. Special Operations Joint Training Program, San Diego Naval Base. I stared at it for a long time. I had promised never to return, but silence was killing me faster than storms ever did. I packed light. The ring went into my flight jacket pocket. Before boarding, I checked the roster. The name froze me, Admiral Rylan Cross. I'd seen it before, on the report of a mission that ended with his brother's death. Time heals, they say. But in Alaska, nothing really thaws. Not even me. I was 33 the night the storm over the Bering swallowed the world. Radar dead, wind screaming past 120, the tower ordering me to abort. If we wait for clear skies, we'll only bring home bodies, I said and pushed forward. Captain Rafe Nolan was the only one crazy enough to strap in beside me. The manual called flights like that suicidal. The manual had never met me. We flew so low the skids nearly kissed the ice, steering by the moon's reflection because that was the one thing that didn't lie. Tracer fire cut the dark apart. One round hit Nolan's seat, another sliced hydraulics. I locked the stick between my knees, muscles burning, heart steady. Through the blur, I saw movement, men waving from a crater of ice. SEALs, the ones we came for. I dropped the bird blind, rotor slicing the storm. A man staggered forward, face bloodied from the cold. "You came," he rasped. "Always," I said. His name, I learned later, was Lieutenant Noah Cross. We brought them all out alive. On return, an engine exploded. We landed on one. The base lights were 2 meters away, close enough to smell the fuel. 3 months later, word came that Noah was dead. Another crash. Another storm. This one under his brother's command. My mission report read, Operation Bering Ridge. Pilot, Reaper Zero. When I asked about the name, my superior said, "Because you flew through hell and came back with the dead." I carried it ever since. Survival, I learned, doesn't always feel like victory. San Diego was nothing like Alaska. Sun cut through the water like glass, the air smelled of salt and confidence. On the SEAL base wall, a slogan read, "Only the brave return." I smiled, half amusement, half ache. Admiral Rylan Cross entered the briefing room, authority bending the air. "This is Lieutenant Commander Lorne," he said sharply. "She'll advise on aviation support." Then he turned away, already dismissing me. During the first session, he smirked. "Maybe our lady pilot can handle turbulence. She probably knows it better than we do." Laughter rippled. I wrote one line, "Don't react. Wait for the moment." Later, outside the hangar, a young officer approached. "They don't mean harm, ma'am," she said softly. "It's just the way it is." Lieutenant Tessa Ward. I saw my younger self in her eyes. That's exactly how harm begins, I told her. That evening, reviewing training files, I froze. Falcon Unit 6, the same SEAL unit I had pulled from the ice. The next day, in the lounge, Rylan told a story like a joke. Once a pilot screwed up so badly in the bearing, the SEALs had to dig themselves out. The room roared. I turned before anyone saw my face. He didn't know the pilot he mocked stood 10 feet behind him. Not yet. Monday, 0800 hours. The briefing room, steel, glass, arrogance. I stood before 42 officers when Rylan interrupted. Before we go further, tell me something, sweetheart. What's your call sign? Laughter scattered like shrapnel. I met their eyes. Reaper 0. Silence fell sharp. The projector clicked off. Someone dropped a cup. You wanted the call sign, Admiral? I said. You just got it. Commander Vic whispered, Sir, she's the pilot from Bering Ridge. I added evenly, that should qualify me to discuss turbulence. Whispers followed me all day, she's the Reaper. She saved a SEAL team, and he mocked her. That night, Tessa found me. He lost his brother that week, she said. He doesn't hate you. He hates the name that reminds him who survived. I said nothing. Later, I reviewed old files. Over and over, pilot requested abort. Denied. His brother's death had been his own order. Rafe Nolan called from Alaska. Noah said your name before he blacked out. You were his last sentence. That night, a message flashed on my screen, you shouldn't have said Reaper 0. Some ghosts don't like being called. The storm wasn't over. It had changed shape. The base slept under fog. I sat in the records room, flipping open file 204, Mission Kachemak Gulf. Commander Rylan Cross. The printed report read, weather warnings acknowledged. Continued as planned. Beneath it, a faint indentation, deleted words, pilot requested abort. Commander overruled. His brother hadn't died in weather, he'd died in a decision Rylan never faced. The door creaked. Ma'am, Tessa whispered, they'll end you if they find you. Then let them, I said. She snapped a photo of the page. If you fall, I'll make sure this doesn't disappear. By morning, security summoned me. You accessed restricted data. My own history, I replied. Then you know it never belonged to you. It hit me, it wasn't just Rylan's sin. It was a system built to bury ghosts. That night, his voice came through static. Stop digging, Aria. Some storms aren't meant to stay gods, I answered. Later, my drawer was empty. File 204, gone. A note remained, you shouldn't have come this far, Reaper. For the first time since the Bering storm, the cold I felt wasn't weather. It was truth. 2 days later, suspended for cooperation, I sat in the holding room. The door opened. Rylan entered, older, smaller somehow. You found the file, he said. You deleted it, I answered. I protected what's left. No, you protected your pride. Do you think you're the only one who hears ghosts? No, I said. But I'm the only one who answers them. He sighed, placing a small USB on the table. Play this before you destroy me. I did. Static filled the room, then Noah's voice, faint, cracking, request abort. Rylan's voice, negative. Continue as planned. Silence, then a whisper, tell my brother the pilot did everything right. Tears blurred the screen. Rylan had kept that recording 7 years, not to hide guilt, but because he couldn't bear mercy. Later, Rafe called. You found it, didn't you? The truth. No, I said. The forgiveness. He was right. It wasn't Rylan's crime. It was his wound. Writing my final report, the cursor blinked under recommendations. My father's words echoed, flying isn't about avoiding storms. It's about staying level until they pass. I typed, recommend